Hello everybody and welcome to TradeStation's Market Review. My name's Simon Clarke from Trade with Precision, and I'll be discussing some of the key markets of interest for me right now. Now, the first market I want to take a look at here is the mini Dow future, and coming and taking a look at this, the market has well, at the moment it's sort of turned around into an upward move here. We've made a low, we've now made a higher high, but it's a little bit more clearer if we come down to see on the 4-hour chart. Because last week, what we were looking at last week was the market was back around this sort of area here, and I was looking for this 17,550 area to get broken in this downtrend. And I said if the level gets broken, then we could be looking for 17,400, 17,200 as sort of next potential sort of target levels. Now, this area 17,550 is clearly held, and the market's now made a high, higher low, and a higher high again. So we've got an uptrend forming here on the 4-hour, but it's actually going straight towards another couple of potential support and resistance structures, so around 17,900 and 18,000. Looking here on the sort of lower time frames, there's no sort of clear trend on a lot of these sort of lower time frames at this moment in time. So it's really sort of the 2-hour time frame and the 4-hour time frame that are looking at the clearest at the moment. If we come back to the higher time frames though, I think probably one of the cleanest time frames that we can see is here on the weekly. We've got a nice upward move here on the weekly, and we can clearly see that sort of 18,000, it's not far away from where price action is on the weekly. We've got a small, at this moment, bullish candle sitting right on top of the 10-period moving average. So it looks very reasonable that a retest of 18,000 could be easily achieved. The take I have on the mini Dow at the moment is certainly we've got mixed trends on different time frames across higher time frames and lower time frames. So for me, I'm not looking at any new sort of swing positions on this market. I'm more looking at intraday trading opportunities on much lower time frames. If we take a quick look at the Nasdaq, the mini S&Ps are looking very similar to the mini Dow, but if we come and take a look at the the Nasdaq here, the Nasdaq is still the weaker out of the three, and we can see that here on the weekly chart the mini Nasdaq is looking more bearish than all of them. So we're nowhere near the old highs up here, and we've clearly put in a clearly lower high there as well. So if we come down to the currency futures, the currency future that I prefer the most at the moment is the Japanese yen. Now, the Japanese yen has had some very nice moves on these higher time frames, and if we just sort of open up the weekly chart, we can see the move that this market sort of had. We've started to get a new move higher, and we started to put a nice uptrend in here. We've got moving averages in the right order, we've got convergence on the indicators, so this is a sort of a good quality trend formation, and the market's just pulling back into the moving averages here. So level here around sort of 9,000 brings us back into the buy zone here, back into the moving averages. So it could be an area where it's where we can start to look for perhaps buying opportunities to continue trading this market long. If I come down to the lower time frames and come and take a look at the 240 chart, we can see that the market has come back down, and it's actually tested a sort of another well-defined market structure level here in the market. So it's around sort of 91 sort of 440 area, 450 area that the market sort of tested a number of times before, and from there we've got a bit of a bounce. At this moment in time, I'd need to see the trend turning around, and what I'm looking for is more intraday opportunities where the trend turns around, and we can get some trend flow trading opportunities back into the moving averages. If we look at the commodities now, last week when we looked at the oil market, the CL contract here, there was two key levels that we were looking at on the market. Now it's 43 and 44. These are a bit more apparent here on the 4-hour time frame, and you can see that 43 and 44, the market's certainly found some support around these levels, and we're still around these levels at the moment. So the market's tested 43 a number of times. It's then sort of come back. At the moment it's just sitting above the 44 level, but there's no real clear trend here. But what we can see is that if these levels get broken, if 43 gets broken, well, there doesn't look to be anything sort of in the way for a potential move back down here towards sort of 37, 38 area. So potentially some nice clear space underneath price action and also above price action too. So I'm keeping a close eye on these levels. They're clearly sort of key levels on this market, and going to be looking for opportunities as the market sort of breaks these levels and the trends form again. Now, one market that I do like the look of at the moment is gold, and looking here at the higher time frames, we can see on the sort of weekly chart and the monthly chart, we've got some very clear strong bullish momentum in the market, and we've started to get some nice upward trends forming here on the daily chart too. So at the moment we've got moving averages all in the right order, we've got some convergence on the indicators, and we've got our sort of bullish candle right back there in the buy zone at this moment in time. And if I just sort of mark a level just underneath the current price action, so underneath this low of this candle that happens to be in the buy zone, you can see that this level, it's not exact, but it's certainly been tested a number of times. It's certainly an area here around sort of 1260 that the market sort of found resistance and found support at before. So again, I'll be very interested in trading this market long if we can get a break above the green candle today, and looking for higher prices there on gold. So let me just tell you about the webinar events that we've got running this week at TradeStation. So if we come to the TradeStation International website, you can navigate to the webinars tab here and find the list of webinar events that we're running. So the next one that we have is today. This is today's top charts, the futures market. So this is a live interactive session with a trader looking at the live futures markets on the TradeStation platform. This session is being run 7:30 p.m. at New York time. It's 1:30 a.m. London time or 9:30 a.m. Sydney time. So if you'd like to come and join us on this session, it's completely free of charge to do so. All you need to do is navigate to this website, come and click on the subscribe tab, and you can find out more about the event and register for free. So we certainly look forward to seeing you on the webinar. I hope you found this useful, and I look forward to speaking to you next week. Bye for now.